Okay, little ones, and I'm gonna be my subscribers. I will call you little ones from now on. You can take it as a way of me calling you my children, or whatever. But today I'm gonna be reading Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Jesus, I almost burped. Once in midwinter, when the snowflakes were falling from the sky like feathers, a queen sat sewing at a window with an ebony frame. As she was sewing and looking out at the snowflakes, she pricked her finger with her needle, and 3 drops of blood fell on the snow. The red looked so beautiful on the white snow that she thought to herself, "If only I had a child as white as snow, and as red as blood, and as black as the wood from my window frame." Sometime later, she gave birth to a daughter who was as white as snow, and as red as blood, and her hair was as black as ebony. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. I really don't know. Let's see. I don't know if he said ebony or word. I'm saying it however I read it. That's when barely nobody says that word anymore. Okay. They called her Snow White, and when she was born, the queen died. A year later, the lonely king took a second wife. She was beautiful, but she was cruel and jealous, and couldn't bear the thought that anyone might be more beautiful than she. She had a magic mirror, and every day when she looked into it, she asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of us all?" And the mirror answered, "You, O queen, are the fairest in the land." That set her mind at rest. For she knew the mirror told the truth. But as Snow White grew, she became more and more beautiful, and the queen feared that someday the girl would be the fairest in the land. So she dressed Snow White in rags and forced her to live with the servants and to slave from sunrise to sundown. All the while that Snow White cheerfully scrubbed floors and dusted and carried water from the well, as she dreamed that her Prince Charming would come and carry off to the castle in the clouds. One day, as she was drawing water from the well, her friends the pigeon told her a secret. "It really is a wishing well. Make a wish into the well," they said, "and if you hear it echo, your wish will come true." Snow White spoke into the well. "I'm wishing for the one I love to find me today." Before the echo could repeat the whole wish, a handsome prince on horseback rode up and saw Snow White. He looked at her with such admiration that Snow White grew embarrassed and ran off to her room. But the jealous queen had been watching from her window. It turned yellow and green with envy. She turned into a booger. Snow White. It's interesting whenever I go back and read these because like I said before in the Cinderella story, these are actual pictures from the movie, and it's like weird because these movies are so old before I was born, but still quite beautiful. Looking into the mirror, she demanded, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of us all?" And this time the mirror replied, "Her lips, blood red, her hair like night, her skin like snow, her name, Snow White." The queen was in terrible temper, and she sent for her huntsman. "Get the child out of my sight," she stormed. "Take her far into the forest, kill her, and bring me her heart in this box as to prove it you have done it." The huntsman was saddened at these words, but he did not dare to disobey his queen. He took Snow White deep into the forest, and as he watched her happily pick the wildflowers, he knew he could not hunt this lovely girl. Kneeling before Snow White, he said, "I cannot kill you as the queen commanded. Run away and hide, but do not come back to the palace, because the wicked queen will surely harm you." The huntsman left Snow White then, and on his way home, he killed a young boar and put its heart in a box for the queen, as proof that he had carried out her orders. Alone in the great forest, Snow White was frightened by everything she saw. Very strange sounds she heard. every strange sound she heard. She ran and ran until just before nightfall she saw a tiny cottage, not much larger than a doll's house. No one was at home. She opened the little door and went in. There were 7 dusty little chairs, and 7 dirty little dishes, and 7 little shirts that needed washing, and dirt cobwebs everywhere. From the look of this place, it belongs to 7 untidy little children, Snow White said, and she went about sweeping and cleaning and scrubbing and laundering, all with the help of some friendly woodland creatures who had followed her. They sang and danced and whistled while they worked. And in no time, all the little house was spotless. This, oh my god, I can't read. Then Snow White went upstairs, and there she found 7 little beds, each with a name carved into it. Dog, Happy, Sneezy, Grumpy, Grumpy, Bashful, Sleepy. What funny names for children's. And Snow White said Snow White, and she yawned. I'm a little sleepy myself, and flopping down across the beds, she fell sound asleep. When it was quite dark and the owners of the little house came home, they were 7 dwarves who went off to the mountains every day with their picks and their shovels to mine diamonds. They no sooner had lighted their 7 candles than they saw someone that had been in their house. The whole place is clean. There's dirty work afoot, growled Grumpy. Cautiously the whole place is clean, Doc explained, and then there's dirty work afoot, growled Grumpy. Cautiously, they tiptoed upstairs, and then they found Snow White asleep on their beds. What is it? Bashful and Happy asked. Why? Said Doc. I think it's a girl. She's mighty pretty, Sneezy said. Bashful sighed. She's beautiful like an angel. At that, Snow White woke up. When she saw the 7 dwarfs, she was startled. Why, you're not children at all. You're a little man, she exclaimed. But they were friendly and asked her name and how she came to their house. Snow White told them of how her stepmother had tried to have her killed and that the huntsman had spared her life. The queen will never find me here, and if you let me stay, I'll keep your house for you and do the cooking, make the beds, wash, and sew. She promised. The dwarves whispered together, and then they said, if you keep everything neat and clean, you can stay with us and you'll want for nothing. So Snow White stayed and kept the house in order. In the morning, the dwarves went off to look for diamonds, and the evening when they came home, dinner was ready. Snow White was alone one day, and the kindly dwarves told her, watch out for your stepmother. She's full of black magic, and she knows everything. Don't let anyone in while we're awake. In the meantime, the queen had been given a box with a heart, which she believed was Snow White. She felt sure she was given the most beautiful of all. She was again the most beautiful of all. One day she went to a magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of us all? But the truthful mirror answered, over the 7 jeweled hills, beyond the 7th fall, in the cottage of the 7 dwarfs, dwells Snow White, fairest one of all. Okay. I don't remember where this weird thing, what the heck is that? Dirt maybe? I have no idea where that came from. It's gross. I thought it was like a bug or something. Ugh. I would have freaked out. Alright. On to the story. Then the queen stamped her foot in a fury. The huntsman had tricked her, and Snow White was still alive. And Snow White still lived. As long as the girl lived, the queen could not be the fairest one of all. And she had to be the jealousy would leave her no peace. Then she thought up a plan. She strained her face and hands and dressed in black rags like a toothless old peddler woman. No one would ever recognize her. She went to a secret room that no one else knew about, and there she made a poisoned apple. It was a beautiful, juicy looking shiny red, and anyone who saw it would want to bite. But one taste and the person's eyes would close forever in a sleeping death. Pleased with herself, the queen made her way to a little cottage in the forest, hiding behind a tree. She watched the 7 dwarfs say goodbye to Snowy. Don't let anyone in the house, they warned her. Then they marched off to their mountain singing, hi ho, it's off to work we go. No sooner were the doors out of sight than the ragdoll lady went to the window and asked Snow White for a drink of water. Thank you, my pet, she said when the girl handed it to her the window. Now here's an apple for you. And she crackled wickedly. Wait till you taste it, dearie. It's delicious. And wait till you taste it, dearie. It's delicious. Oh, I can't do an old lady voice. Whatever. Snow White reached for the poisoned apple, though her friends, the woodland creatures, tried to keep it from her. No sooner she taken a bite than she fell to the floor, as if dead. The birds and animals hurried to the forest and fetched the dwarfs while the queen laughed. Now I'll be the fairest in the land, she said. And she slipped away into the forest. The dwarfs dashed up to the cottage, too late to save Snow White. Oh, so sad. But they saw the wicked queen running into the woods, and they ran after her as fast as their little legs could carry them. They chased her to the top of a high cliff, and there the queen tripped and plunged over the edge. With a terrible scream, she vanished forever. Sadly, the dwarfs returned home, heartbroken. They looked at their beautiful Snow White, her cheeks and lips still red as if she were asleep. The dwarfs made a crystal coffin for Snow White and set it in the glade in the forest. Night and day they kept watch over it. A long time passed, and one day Prince Charming heard about the beautiful princess asleep in the forest. He wondered if it was the girl he had lost his heart to long ago near the wishing well, and whom he had been seeking ever since. He rode deep into the woods, and there he found her, the princess he truly loved. Leaning over, he kissed her lips. Snow White opened her eyes as if awoken from a deep sleep. The spell of the poisoned apple had been broken by love's first kiss, and Snow White's dearest wish came true. Her prince rode off with her to his castle in the clouds amid the cheers and good wishes of the dwarfs' forest creatures. I'm surprised they didn't add the picture of her in the glass coffin. Oops. And then the end. Here's some extra information for you who are like me and want to know everything of how they made it and everything. Just pause and read it. This one I actually read it and I was like, OMG. This is Walt Disney, and that little girl is Shirley Temple. And then you can see this, he got an Oscar, and then 7 little, get this, dwarf size. Look, you can read it right here. Dwarf size little Oscars. This is the voice of Snow White. She actually looks like Snow White herself. Then here's some more information. Pause if you're actually interested. I'm so happy that I got this book, if I'm being very honest. So that was Snow White. Thanks for watching, guys. And whenever I do have time, I'll read Sleeping Beauty for y'all. And y'all, I sound so Texan. Yes, I'm from Texas. Don't stereotype Texas if you're not from Texas, because we don't always have reviews. Well, at least in the part of Texas I'm from. Okay. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will read more when I can. I'm having a lot of trouble putting this book here. I'll do it later. I'll put this book back later.